Hello, Internet. This is E. Schrodinger's cat here with another episode of Builder's Dreams on the Iskall85 Patreon server. Last time we started this where the adventure map thingy I've been talking about would start. Got this portal here through another dimension. Got these swirling, summoning crystal things with the clouds going all swish around it. And then we have this area, this lake in the middle with this path, bridge, wood thing leading to this island in the middle with these crystals and all this stuff that you can see, and I don't need to describe because you can see it. And I have done some more stuff. I've started to expand out the terraforming a bit and continue on with the little swirly swirls in the dirt we got here. You will notice a giant swath of diorite, and that is because I am turning this river to poison, like that right there. Basically what I do is I come around here and I knock out an area like this, and I come through like this. But it takes a long time. This took a long time. Doing all of this today took me about 6 hours. So I am gonna finish that later because I need to get something interesting doing for myself and for you all, because otherwise I will go crazy. So, right now, this little lapis block path represents, I think, where I'm gonna have pathways and roads and stuff, because I imagine I'll have some sort of settlement around this thing. The idea being that this portal has brought through multiple people, and these people have had to somehow survive on the land or something. I don't know. That's an idea that I have. It may not necessarily, that may change. Totally subject to change. But basically, the path that I want to do here is I want to come down like this, and then I want to mix in these different textures. I got my granite, and this granite's retextured from the vanilla one. This isn't vanilla texture because cork is in the back, and cork changes that texture. And then we also have limestone, and this, of course, is fir wood slab. So I'm gonna be mixing those in around like that. I think that's a good. I think that is a good mix. I might even. Slabs. Where's the regular limestone? There's the regular limestone slab. I think I might mix that in there too. Yeah. So I'm gonna get to that and get that going all the way around. Screw what I said in the last clip. Where am I here? Okay, I'm going that way. Screw what I said in the last clip. I think what I'm gonna have this be is that there used to be a settlement here, and then this portal opened up and basically devastated the area around it and like corrupted it or something like that. And I don't know, I think maybe I want to have this like in the future of after, maybe like 100 years have passed between now and when the portal has opened. So like there's gonna be cities outside of this that are like all built up and stuff, but this particular area is gonna be all trashed and torn up because nobody has wanted to come here to clean it up. So I'm making these pathways, but I think I'm gonna I'm gonna make them look roughed up. Like that bridge right there looks like it hasn't been fixed in years because it's all sunken and stuff, and I'm probably gonna do similar stuff to the road. But first I need to put it down so that I can mess it up. And that's generally a good way to handle ruins and stuff, is to make it as it would be when it was new, and then rough it up and take out bits and all that stuff. I mean, depending on how much detail. I mean, that's harder to do with chiseling bits and stuff, but when it's a small house and a small kind of area, that's good to do. If it's a big castle, you might want to plan ahead a little bit, but it's much easier to create a structure and then take it apart than it is to try and envision how a structure would be, and then try to envision at the same time how it would be ruined. It's easier for your brain. But anyway, the point of this clip is that I think I'm gonna do that. This was a settlement, and then it got wrecked. The paths are done. I decided to take out the 4 wood planks because there was too many textures all in once, and it was looking kind of odd. So I just have the limestone and the limestone bricks and the not andesite, granite. It's called granite. Also, I filled in some more of the river, gradually getting that worked out. But we're currently right now we need to add so many this segment. I think I'm gonna add mini little ones like this. Not as big, but maybe some rock structures. Like it'll come around. Here's not a good place to do it because it's kind of super hilly. Let's move it more to like here, and then maybe you have something of like this kind of diameter, and the walls come up like this, and it's just like that, but smaller. Like there's this one big area that's the source of all this chaos and corruption, but then it's also kind of bleeding around to the other areas and having smaller little jut outs and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna add them just sort of inside this path area and up the mountain. I don't think I'm gonna put them over there, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Progress. We have progress, and this is the 4th time that I've tried this clip, because every time I try to talk I just keep stumbling over my words, and Lord, I don't think I'm gonna get much better than this. So whatever happens in this take is what's gonna make it to the video, unless something really disturbing or unsettling happens, but let's hope for the best. I started adding in more of these little cloacas into the ground here, like up and poking through where the ground has like exploded with whatever lore that I'm gonna make up later. I added this black stuff around here to kind of like this area here is corrupting the sand that's around it, and it also helps to integrate it into the environment so that the little cloacas are not just plopped on top of a bunch of blue with no thought to how they would interact with that. So that's cool. I'm starting to fill in some of this space. There's still a lot of space that needs to be filled in, but I think I'm gonna do it with these buildings here because they're cute, and there you got the rocks pushing through the walls here, and they got the sand filtering through a hole and such, and that adds life and stuff. And I think I'm gonna make the whole area here that's currently blue, with the exception of that area, is probably gonna be just like a little ruined city like this with structures like this in that fashion. But in the distance, oh yeah, finish the river. Looks cool on journey map. Yeah, you can zoom in here and you see all the swishes, the swishing of the dirt, but you can also see the river, and this blue is gonna extend further, but it's something that's gonna be done in pieces. Got this giant big wall here, and this is gonna be the start of a kingdom. Well, it's not really, it's gonna be like ruined, but like I was talking about in the last clip, I'm gonna make it good, like new first, and then I'm gonna break it up. I'm gonna like take chunks out and cover stuff in black and purple and all that. So this is the wall here, and I think what I want to do is I want to have a castle on top of this mountain, and out of the castle I want the castle to be like blown up by cosmic forces or dimensional forces or whatever. So these poles right here, I think I'm gonna use them as the basis for starting the castle. I got this builder's one. God bless the builder's one, because let me tell you, this project, my whole life would be a whole lot more difficult without the builder's one, let me tell you. But let's see. No, I want to have like I want to have like a courtyard here that comes out and pokes out like that, and then have towers here. I might want to move this tower back a little bit. Basically, I want to create a very looming structure. I want it to be, let me collect my thoughts for a little bit. Thoughts collected. Did you enjoy all the fun mouth noises in that last clip? I really am bringing you the most quality and groundbreaking content that ever graced the YouTube frontier, really, with my mouth noises and my snorts and my coughing. And isn't that so enjoyable? Like, comment, and subscribe if you like to listen to the sound of coughing and snorts and when I don't know what else to say. I have decided that I am going to base this. I'm thinking about the city of Helgen in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Most of everyone in the planet has played Skyrim at some point. It's the city you start out in, and basically it gets attacked by a dragon, and it's not a tiny village, but it's also not a giant city. So it's kind of like in the middle, and it has walls, pretty kind of fortifications, and it's like it's kind of like a military fort, I think. And the idea is that I'm not basing it on the architecture, just the general feeling and the images that I have in my head. But I totally just lost my train of thought. Helgen, let's see. Helgen, fire. Oh yeah, the idea is that a small this rift in the world was done for some reason by some person, and they chose, and some deity or some whatever chose to do this here. Like it wasn't random, and it like, I'm imagining, like, if it were a big kingdom, they probably would have been able to recuperate and try and rebuild, or at least people would value the land enough to want to rebuild and, like, get rid of all the stuff. But because it's a kind of outlying town, you don't have as much investment. Like, people fled because they didn't really feel it wasn't worth saving from this really disastrous event. But it was a big enough settlement to warrant being attacked like this by some deity or whatever we decide to do with the lore. So I'm gonna do it based on that, and at the beginning of the game, you start out and everything's just on fire, and our fire, for the purposes of our disaster, is gonna be more stuff like that. Not really fire, but rather corruption and dimensional poisoning or whatever. But it's just going to be like that, and that is how I imagine it in my head. So I'm going to keep building and see what I come up with. Right, so I've got a little something put together, a lot of something actually. I got this whole courtyard. Well, this area is kind of flat and not finished, but I got these walls in with all this detail and stuff. Got this little squirrely squiggly circle thing right there, and I have this underneath. I think I'm gonna have this open and maybe have like a lake under there or some other kind of something. I don't know. I didn't want it to be a big flat wall. I wanted something underneath it. So I have this on top. I decided to go for that kind of roof. I think this looks nice as a color, a little orange pop into the building. And my plans are kind of evolving as I keep going. Like, I like how this feels, and I want to see this hallway be like real far this way. Like, I think it would be a cool view if I were to continue this archway, like bringing these all the way across here. Let's see, how many? I gotta go 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then keep putting them here, and then over that we can wrap around either the mountain or a building. So I'm going to try and get onto that. I've done a bunch of stuff, and the plans that I mentioned before about keeping it kind of a small village, I'm throwing those out, because I thought of a good thing in my head. I'm gonna have this long tunnel, and I'm gonna have like corruption crashing in through the walls, and I'll probably do a crisscross around here, but I am actually out of time for this episode, so I'll just show you here what I've done. I just added a little detail to the floor, added these pillars here and this roof here. I talked about this last time, and I'm probably going to bring that over, and I dug out a bunch of the mountain, but that is gonna be it for today. We did all this stuff too. It's a recap of what we did, but I am going to say good day to you, Internet. Thank you for watching.